Welcome back to another Phill-osophy Arc episode. In this episode, I'm going to cover tall poppy syndrome. We've probably all suffered from it before, folks. Whether it's the workplace, a friendship circle, a community club, a gathering place for people, or small towns. People get jealous a whole lot. Or they want control. Or they're jealous and they want control, and that's a bigger problem in and of itself. In previous episodes, I've covered blowback. Blowback is involved heavily in tall poppy syndrome. Because when one cannot control others, they maliciously cut them down, undermine them, sabotage them, shame them for their victories and hard-won wins, and not leave those people in peace when they're living their best lives. It often acts as a social mechanism to enforce egalitarianism and prevent individuals from becoming too big for their boots. Workplace. High achievers can be penalised for their accomplishments through subtle undermining, cynicism, social exclusion, having their contributions downplayed by their peers or leadership. Psychological impact. Here's a big one. Constantly being cut down for success can lead individuals to conceal their ambitions, hesitate to share good news, and experience heightened stress and lower self-confidence. Well, folks, what does tall poppy syndrome come down to at the end of the day? Goddamn unadulterated, full burn jealousy. And I've experienced it myself. I once joined a club out in this town, and after a year of showing them what I've got and how good the cards in my hand were and how much effort I was willing to put into a club that fostered the beauty and passion within me, what could I do to return my time and love to the club, make the club better as thanks for it bettering me? And well, they made me the vice president. Then I quickly found out, and here was the crux of the problem. People were offering me a chance. The people in town, the local businesses, they said, "Oh, you're the new vice president, huh?" And I'm like, "Yep." And they're like, "How can we help your club?" And I said, "Well, I'm thinking of doing something really special for them and showing them how much I love and appreciate them." And I talked to a friend, and he said, "Oh, mate, I'll put up a trout mount," because he was a local taxidermy bloke. He did a damn good job on my fish, which used to be right up here where this picture is. That fish now is at the local pub on display. And anyway, he put up the offer of this $950 mounted fish as the first prize, or the grand prize, or what. And I said, "Hey, mate, that's cool." So I thought, wow, my brain kicked in, and the endless possibilities of the universe kicked in. And it got me thinking, like, who else would want to support our club to launch this big raffle? So I talked to the local Lions Club at the local pub. I talked to all the other businesses and people who do services and trades in town, and who I'm on very good terms with. And everybody believed in it. Believed in it so much they were willing to put up about $2,000 worth of prizes. And I took all this information back to my club, and they called me a childish schoolboy and I should grow the F up. So you know what? I sat down with them, had a meeting. We went through the whole thing. And I asked them all individually what they decided, and they all just deferred to their president. And I said at the end of all that, you guys all have the same opinion. So, what am I to you, I said to them. Am I here to start a new bonfire for the club and a new whole entire adventure and journey of passion to reinvigorate this club, or am I here to hold the torch while it burns out? And well, folks, we both know their answer, and it wasn't good. So I told them to get stuffed and find a new vice president, and I left, and I joined another club which loved my efforts and valued my time and energy and passion and conversation and cups of tea and everything. And I'm still there. So as I say, personally, you work for a good client always, and a bad client once. And the same is with people. Because what tall poppy syndrome comes down to is, how did Michael Jordan get to be the best basketballer? Let me deconstruct those methods and analyze them and use that to become the best basketballer I can be, you know? We can use that as inspiration of people doing better than us, or putting in more effort than us, or trying harder than us. Or we could just be downright filthy, lowball jealous, you know? And that's up to us as individuals. Now, if we face tall poppy syndrome and people try to cut us down, that just proves we're on the right track, folks. Because when we're on the right track, tall poppy syndrome will increase in possibility and chances. When we're doing our best, when we're kicking goals, when we're working hard, when we're grinding every day, and we're doing everything we can to go forward and go onwards and upwards, up there, where we all want to be. When we're doing that, the chances of being ripped to shreds, socially destroyed, undermined, shamed, bullied, belittled, and generally just disrespected for being our best selves, you know. It all comes down to jealousy. But when we're on our journey and our warpath to our better future, if people are tearing us down, it's the greatest message of all. It means we're on the right path. And we're on the right path so much that people get jealous of it. And hell, if they are tall poppy syndroming us, that just means we shouldn't be spending time with them, folks. Who needs people who just tear us to shreds and try and ruin us because of their own petty jealousy? Because when they look at us, and they look in the mirror, and they look at us like we're the mirror, and they look at themselves, and they go, oh, damn. I better destroy that. I better nip it in the bud, you know, because I'll never be that tall. And that's the sign of a crappy person, folks. It's a good sign. Helps us see what they're really made of, and what they're really thinking inside, and their own self-beliefs and what they tell themselves. Because what they tell themselves is probably, don't work harder. Just undermine and destroy everybody else so that they don't have to grow taller to get on our level. Because hell, they might go their whole lives not being on our level. They might be jealous AF. And that's on them. So folks, reach for the stars, land on the moon, and if you cop any blowback from short poppy people, bugger them. Stuff them right off. They're not worth your time. And they're not trying to do what's best in your interests. They're not trying to support you. They're not trying to help you grow. They're trying to poison the earth that you're trying to live in. Be around the people who build you up, who promote you, who assist you, who show kindness, who cheer you on, who clap when you win, who give you a hug when you fail or you're sad or you lose something important in your life, you know. The people who are there for you, supporting you, they're the ones you want in your life. It's a Phill-osophy Arc. And I believe in all of you. I love myself and I love all of you. I'm going to keep cheering you on. Catch you later. Hey, Future Racer here. If you're finding the Phill-osophy Arc series inspirational, educational, entertaining, humorous, or it's giving you a little smile, think about liking and subscribing. If you have a family member, loved one, or friend who you think could equally benefit from this series, think about sharing it with them.